Hi everybody. Just here again on a Monday to kind of go through some things that we are working on this week. So if you want to kind of add in some of these things to your conversations at home, or if you're looking for certain types of books to read or some things to do online or just some sharing points, that's what we'll do right now. So in our math today, we started to begin our conversations about measurement that we're going to go into over this week and about half of next week. So the things that we're focusing on is first just getting familiar with the idea of measurement and using non-standard units. So a standard unit, and for grade 2 what they're going to need to know is centimeters and meters and how they relate to each other. But for right now we're just using non-standard units, so that can really be anything. So for example, a non-standard unit could be my phone. So some activities that we did today when we went outside, each student grabbed a object, whether it is a crayon or a pencil or a tiny bottle of hand sanitizer or whatever they had available to them, an eraser, and just to measure different things. So for example, if there was a bench outside, they might take their object and just lay it down, and they were kind of figuring out how can you appropriately measure without skipping spaces. And we did kind of figure out that by marking with your finger to go to the next spot to make sure we're not missing anything. And if you're using a pencil, you can mark that there. So any activities relating to that at home, you can use your feet, you can use a paper clip, you can use anything that you can get your hands on, a quarter, a loonie, a toonie, and you're just using non-standard units of measurement just to get an idea of measurement. That helps them with estimation and things like that, but just getting used to measuring appropriately. So if you're doing anything at home, that's something great you can practice. Going for a walk or something, you might grab a stick and use the stick and say, how many sticks long do you think it's going to be from here to the slide at the park? Or how long do you think this bench is? Or how long between the two lines on a sidewalk? Lots of different opportunities to get used to measuring. And then into next week we'll be looking at standard units of measurements, centimeters and meters, and kind of how they relate. In our writing this week, we are focusing on beginnings, middles, and ends, and how they are important to our story writing. And today we spoke about how it's very important to have an engaging beginning to a story, or a bold beginning. So for example, what I said today was I'm going to tell you two story beginnings, and I wrote them on the board. And the first one was, it was Chad's birthday. And that was option 1 for the story starting. And the option number 2 was, when Chad came to the table, he discovered a special gold-trimmed dinner plate at his place. And we discussed which one is a bit more intriguing, a bit more exciting, a bit more bold, that stands out more. Which one would make for a better story? So you might notice some of these if you're reading any stories at home. Also, we are looking at, and just beginning to look at, belongings. So nouns and belongings, and why we use an apostrophe. So there are lots of different videos on YouTube, I know, if you search possessive nouns. Okay, and again, if I'm looking for something for a certain age group, possessive nouns for kids, we'll try that first, but you can even be more specific and put grade 2. But you can see right here multiple videos to look at, and just to go through possessive nouns, and it kind of getting the idea across that possessive nouns means belonging to, and why we use the apostrophe S. And that's part of our right traits this week as well. So lots of videos. Maybe if you're doing some reading or you see different possessive nouns when you're out doing something, just kind of point it out. And again, just keeping the conversation going really kind of helps back here at school. So that is the writing convention that we're going to be looking at as part of our right traits. Okay, and in our science, what we've been looking at is shelters and habitats. We looked at many different shelters and habitats today, and different animals that burrow. And we actually went and gathered some leaves outside and made some leaf art, and then we put the animal in its habitat or in its shelter by drawing a detailed background. So if you're out for a walk or anything and you happen to find a nest or a little ant hill that would lead to all its tunnels, just snap a picture with your phone and send it to me on Edsby, and I'd love to share it in the classroom. Okay, so as always, if there's any questions about anything, please send me a message here on Edsby. I just wanted to just like to share kind of some things that we're going to focus on for the week at the beginning of the week, just so it can be included in some conversation at home. Okay, have an awesome night, and to students, we'll see you tomorrow.